Hey Sassy Gang, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sandra, and today we're going to be doing 40-inch half box braids and half feed-in braids. I'm going to get into more detail with the feed-in braids, but I just wanted to show y'all some of the box braids that I do and how I grip them and stuff. So here's that. And this style took 9 hours, 7 bags of hair, 9 hours to complete of how long it was, all the way down to my calf. So it's a really, really long style, and you really got to have nothing to do when you do this style. So here I go. I messed up in the feed-in braid to make it the long. Every time you feed in, you should never feel like a lump in the feed-in braid. Everything should feel even. That was my problem with some of the braids when I was feeding in the long pieces to be to my calf length. Some of the pieces was like flappy, and you could tell where I added in the hair. So when you're feeding in, make sure you feed in really tight so you don't have no flaps, and you won't be able to tell where you attach the hair at. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. But yeah, I messed up a couple of times, and I was just trying to show y'all one time that I messed up. That's why I ended up feeding it in right for y'all. So these braids were so long. Like I said, I didn't get done till like 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So yeah, very long time, but a really cute style. Okay, so this is Carol's Daughter Edge Control that I'm putting in the back for the box braids. And I'm using the Vivica A Fox. It's not stretched or anything, so you got to stretch the hair out yourself, which will be less time consuming if you already have pre-stretched hair. I'm just wanting to support Vivica A Fox for the Black Lives Matter, supporting all my black companies and getting a lot of their products. So yeah, I'm just braiding it down. And I'm doing a burl. If you're braiding in threes, and if you feel a section's getting really like thin, you just borrow from another section that feels thicker, so the braids can be even. So yeah, I braided all the way down to, I'm gonna show you where I add in the hair, but I didn't cut this in half or anything, so the hair was already pretty long, down to like the middle of my back, already the length that it is now. And that was after I stretched the hair out and everything. I'm gonna show you that later down the line. So you grab a braid, you grab a piece of hair, you just attach it in the middle, and you grab the other leg and you just twist, like just 3 strand. And you see that one's right. You grab another piece, and this is just so you can get the calf length. And you see right here, I messed up. That's where I'll be talking about the flip thing. It's like you're not supposed to see that in the braid, because obviously you could tell where I added in the hair right there. So I'm redoing it. Right here, twist, and make sure you do it tight, because I learned when you do it tighter, you don't, perfect. I learned when you do them tighter, you don't have it. So here go the completed box braids. I'm just spraying it with this Gotta Be freeze spray to freeze everything in place, all the frizziness and stuff. So yeah, so now it's time for the top. This is where the feed-in braids is gonna go. This is the Vivica A Fox. I didn't show y'all the bag yet. I'm sorry about that. But this is the Vivica A Fox hair. I'm just stretching it out because this hair is not stretched or anything in. The reason you stretch it, because you don't want your braids to be split at the end and it'll start unraveling. When you stretch the hair, it gives it more like secure hold to the hair, and the box braids won't unravel or anything. So that's a good tip, you guys. Make sure all the hair is stretched out. Okay, so I'm using Gotta Be glue for the top of the hair. I'm just going to swoop my edges out because I don't want to braid my hair, my edges or anything in there. And I'm just taking any comb and I'm just basically just parting the hair at this point, trying to get straight parts as I can. I seen in the back where I put my box braid, some of the parts wasn't straight, but I didn't use a mirror or anything. Just the camera while I was recording. So I try to do the best I can with these parts. So now I'm just going to take my edge brush. I'm going to swoop my edges up, swirl them or whatever. And then I'm just going to begin to braid. I like to braid my regular hair down a lot. Like I won't add hair until like probably close to halfway finished. I'll add a piece of hair because I like when I feed in, I like it to look more natural. So that's the look I'm trying to give for this hairstyle. Not a lot of fake hair, but long as hell. So it wasn't heavy or anything. It's not heavy or anything. It's just long, like, so. And this is the second strand that I'm feeding in. I wanted to give you guys a good detailed third strand. I'm feeding it in. I'm just trying to give y'all just a look, a nice little look. I only did 9 braids in the front because the box braids I wasn't going for a super like skinny look. I was trying to make the parts and everything bigger and thinner pieces of hair just because I knew it was going to be so long and I didn't want it to be super heavy. So it wasn't heavy at all or anything. It's very, very long though. But I got a lot of compliments on it. Like it's really, really a nice style for the summer. Because the summer I'm going to be wearing a lot of braids because it'd be too hot for me to wear my wigs and everything. So I just be doing a lot of braids in the summertime. So stay tuned for a lot of braiding styles. And basically just feed in hair whenever it feels too thin or whenever you move down a section you want to feed in. And this right here, I tried to show y'all how I feed in for the to make it calf length for the braid, but my hand was in the way, so I apologize for that. And this hair is super long, so I did have to put it in my mouth. I know that's not sanitary. I would never do it with another client or anything. This is just for me personally because I didn't have nobody to hold the braid or have nothing to latch the braid onto. So I had to put it in my mouth, and I'm so sorry about that, guys, because I know how unsanitary that was, and it's something I hated to do, but I had to do for these long, long braids, so. Because they were super long. So here go the first braid. And I'm trying to give y'all a little of the length. And these were so long. And I didn't even give y'all the full length here. Okay, that's the full. And they were all the way down to my calf, you guys. So moving on to the second braid. And the reason I had the hair on the floor because I like to, like my area, I like to just separate the hair I need for the particular braid. Usually I'll do a lot of separation of the hair, but for these feed-in braids, I didn't know how many braids I was going to do in the beginning. So I was just having it close to me in case I just need to grab a piece really fast. So just get the parts as straight as you can. I'm not using no edge control to slick the parts because I already was using Gotta Be, and it was already like firm enough for me to get a nice part and grip it easily. So at this point I just braided it down close to halfway, and then I add a piece of hair. And then I'm going to yank this piece of hair out. I'm sorry about this noise in the background. So this piece of hair is stuck in from the part, but you just yank that right out. It shouldn't hurt that bad if it's not too tight. So at this point, just keep adding in hair to whenever you need it. You need it to add hair. And the style was really, really easy. Once again, the style was really, really easy. If you was doing this style without the inches, it would be done in a heartbeat because it wasn't too many. I did 5 layer box braids and 9 braids, and they were pretty thick. So it's altogether probably about 20 box braids and 9 feed-in braids in the front. So it's really, really a easy style, but the time came from the length of braiding it all the way down to your calf. And you want it to be neat as possible, especially doing it this long. You don't want to have a lot of imperfection in the braid. So here go the hair, you guys. Is the jumbo braid Canicolon hair 1B. Because I'm sorry, y'all. I was supposed to show y'all this earlier when I started braiding, but I apologize for that. So I'm going to give y'all some length right here so y'all see. It is crazy length. And this is my first time ever doing my hair this long. Like, my first time ever. And it came out so good. And like I said, I still was a little upset about the parts because the parts wasn't super, super straight. But the braids itself, they came out really, really neat. And I really like the style. And in the next video, I'll tell y'all how long the style lasts. Because I won't know how long it'll last right now until I take, till it start looking raggedy. But they gotta be free spray, and everything that I spray on is just to hold the braids and make everything tight and stiff. Because that's how I like my braids. I like them to be tight, and I like them to be like stiff onto my head. And I like the braiding hair because I won't spray the got to be all the way down of the braiding hair, so it still have its little, So I'm doing this middle braid right here, showing y'all some more of these braiding techniques and feeding in so y'all can get a better detail of how to feed in the hair. And another thing, you guys, I wanted to add once, I was feeding in so much and the hair was getting tangled at the bottom. It was because I kept feeding it in and I wasn't bringing my hands all the way through to the bottom. So I was getting a lot of tanglage. So just be careful when you feeding in and make sure you detangle all your hair because it will tend to get knotted up from all the feed-in pieces of hair. So any followaways you'll see, they're going to get cut or sprayed down anyway. So at this point, I just wanted to show y'all some more of this length right here. And I'm going to show y'all one more braid. And then I'll do my baby hair and I'll give y'all some length so y'all can see the full finished product. And at this point, y'all, I am so tired. It was nonstop. I took a couple of breaks, but like I said, this was so many hours of braiding. So I'm just giving y'all a little length of the feed-in braids. Mostly all of them, I like to feed in all the same size fake hair, I like to use mainly all the same size. Usually I'll get thicker at the end, but not too thick. I like them to all be in the same range because that's just how I do it personally. But for other people hair, I do tend to do their hair different than mine. Because I would have been started adding fake hair at the beginning of their hairline. I'm like at the beginning, I will braid it down like one swoop, and then I'll add in hair. But for me, I like it to be, more natural looking, and a lot of people like it more fuller looking. So, you know. So this is the final look. Baby hairs is done. Braids is done. So look, this is the final look. All the braids, the box braids. And you guys, look how neat it look. It is so neat and so nice. And yes, get into that length. Calf length, you guys. Period. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.